And welcome everybody to this presentation of NAIA Football Live here on SESN. My name is Lorenzo Robinson, coming to you live from Ken White Field in Waleska, Georgia. And we're going to have a classic rivalry here today, an old Mid-South rivalry between the hometown Reinhardt Eagles and the visiting Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders. Should be another fun one every time these two teams come to battle. It is an intriguing matchup, and today should be no different. Reinhardt coming into this game with a 1-2 record, coming off of a tough matchup against Southeastern on the road where they fell. Lindsey Wilson, meanwhile, 3-0, playing as good as anyone in the entire country. They come into this game ranked 10th, and they are coming off of a big-time victory over the St. Thomas Bobcats. Should be a great one. Stay tuned live for coverage of this matchup.
to sell you my latest of sneakers. It won't be cause some slid in my lane. Everything grows, it's destined to change. I love you, so I'm glad that you came. I hope that you scrape every dollar you came. I hope you know money won't erase the pain. To the OGs, I'm thinking you now. Was watching you when you was paving the town. I copied your cadence, I'm with your style. I studied the greats, I'm the greatest right now. You feel me? You ain't got a choice. I ain't do no promo, still made all that noise. The shit gon' be different. I set my intentions. I promise to slap all the haters. Count me out, I'm counting my bullets, I'm loading my clips, I'm writing the names, I'm making the lists, I'm checking the twice and I'm getting them hit. The real has been dying.
Captains for today's matchup for Lindsey Wilson, number 5, Cameron Rankins, number 90, Darius Moore, and number 87, Seth Phillips. And then for the hometown Reinhardt Eagles, number 1, Emmanuel Olayton, number 10, Julian Stevenson, number 81, Cedric Cullors, and number 74, Zach Lyle, as we will now get a chance to see the Eagles take the field for the first time. Again, a very intriguing matchup. Reinhardt's 1-2, but you'll be hard-pressed to find many teams that have played a more difficult schedule than the Reinhardt Eagles. Reinhardt going on the road against the Cumberland Phoenix, another Mid-South contender. They fell in that game, went right down to the wire, had a chance to tie it or take the lead with their last drive, unfortunately coming out on the wrong side. And they went toe-to-toe with another top 25 opponent in Southeastern just last week. They were right in the thick of it throughout that game. Southeastern making a few more plays to pull away in the end. Again, Lindsey Wilson, they're playing as great as anyone in the entire country. Their first game of the season came against Texas Wesleyan, and that one really put the entire country on notice. Texas Wesleyan, number 10 coming into that game. Lindsey Wilson scoring the 3-touchdown victory. After that, Lindsey Wilson having to go on the road to face Ave Maria. They came away with a victory in that matchup. And then last week, the big one, home game against number 5 ranked St. Thomas. Entering the fourth quarter, Lindsey Wilson held a lead of 45-10. They were able to hang on for the victory, going away by over 30 points. So when I say they're playing as great as anyone in the entire country, that is exactly what they have shown so far. It will be interesting for them to see just their second road game of the year, so it will be a challenge, but a classic rivalry on deck. Lindsey Wilson and Reinhardt. The last time these two teams faced off was the 2022 NAIA Championship Series. It was a first-round matchup and one of the best games in NAIA playoff history. Lindsey Wilson held a 23-0 lead with 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Reinhardt storming all the way back to come within 1 point, 23-22. Reinhardt went for the win, unfortunately falling 1 yard short and coming up 1 point short in that one, losing 23-22. It's been plenty of great matchups between these two squads, and we expect it to be no different here today. The head man for the Reinhardt Eagles, James Miller. For the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders, Phil Kleckler. Players to watch for this game for the Reinhardt Eagles, none other than number 5, Ja Colbert. So far this season, 156 yards rushing. Still looking for his first score, but he's a guy that expects to get the ball early and often for the Eagles. And then for the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders, number 8, Kaya Sherrard, the native of Elizabethtown, Kentucky. This season thus far, 12 catches, 362 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So expect the Eagles to put a lot of attention on him in this matchup. We're going to get things going. The Blue Raiders will kick it off to begin. Jaden Burns, the freshman, out to kick for Lindsey Wilson. Back deep for the Reinhardt Eagles is number 16, Tyrus McKee, the 2024 NAIA All-Purpose All-American. Back deep to receive for the Eagles, what should be a very interesting game. And we have begun here in Waleska. Squib kick rolls out of bounds for the touchback. You can tell the teams are not comfortable with kicking back with Tyrese McKee back deep for the Eagles. And this will be our first chance to see the Reinhardt offense at work, led by number 9, Taylor Jackson. Jackson, the native of Guyton, Georgia, formerly of South Effingham High School. So far this year, 47 of 89, 569 yards with 4 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He was a 2023 All-AAC second-team selection.
At quarterback,
Joined on offense with Colors, McKee, Brantley, Colbert in the backfield, Lyle, Inman, Hollers, Pinkney, and Calhoun. And that throw will fall incomplete. First play of the game, a pass play looking for Cedric Colors. Colors being covered by number 9, Caleb Bridges of Lindsey Wilson. Starters for the Blue Raiders up front, Sam Taylor, Darius Moore, Troy Churchill. Linebackers, Jamarcus Frank, Cameron Rankins, Lou Birchfield. And in the defensive backfield, Ronald Card, Caleb Bridges, Chevis Elliott, Howie Gant, and Lee Livingston. The handoff to McKee. McKee looking for some space, and he will be brought down by a host of Blue Raiders right near the line of scrimmage. He may have gained a yard or two. It's going to be 3rd down and long for the Reinhardt Eagles. 3rd down was an area where they excelled in their matchup against Southeastern. They went 7 for 11 on 3rd downs against the Fire. They're going to need to have similar success if they're going to be able to move the ball consistently against this Lindsey Wilson defense. Again, Lindsey Wilson playing as great as anyone in the entire country, going up against a team in Reinhardt that is not used to losing here at Ken White Field. Jackson drops back to pass, throwing it, and it will fall incomplete. No receiver in the area. A quick 3-and-out for the Reinhardt Eagles. Offense a little bit disjointed to begin this one. Lindsey Wilson forcing the 3-and-out, and they're going to get a chance to get the ball rolling on offense. Back deep for the Blue Raiders, number 7, Max Gainey, the freshman.
back deep.
Gainey, the native of Louisville, Kentucky. He's having a nice season so far as a receiver for the Blue Raiders. Now back deep to receive the punt. Alex Hansen punting it away for Reinhardt. It's a nice punt, end over end. Gainey lets it drop around the 15, now rolling to the 20. It will be downed at the 19. Anthony Morley stepping on it for the Eagles. And that is where the Blue Raiders will begin, at the 19-yard line. Tremendous punt by Alex Hansen. Blue Raiders will need to drive nearly the length of the field to get their first points of this matchup. The man at quarterback for the Blue Raiders, number 11, Tate Rice. Tate Rice came into the season as the backup quarterback for Lindsey Wilson, native of Manchester, Kentucky. Lindsey Wilson's nominal starter, Pryor Lamb, injured himself in the second game of the year. Tate Rice has been nothing short of spectacular in his stead. Getting the ball is Tay Saunders, who's at running back. He gets brought down. Markel Sutton for the Eagles first to him. The remainder of the offense for Lindsey Wilson: Simmons, Rancorn, Parks, Murray, and Montgomery up front. Seth Phillips at tight end. Out wide, Gainey, Reed, and Sherrard. Tay Saunders at running back. Second down and about 7. For the Eagles defensively, O'Lighton, Rivers, Sanford, Deloney up front. Stevenson and Mwimba at linebacker. Handoff to Tay Saunders. Saunders along the left side of the line. Saunders finding some space. Saunders brought down. 3 Reinhardt Eagles surrounding him. That was Nathaniel Sanford and Emmanuel O'Lighton there on the stop. In the defensive backfield for the Eagles, Peyton, Wright, Jones, Sutton, and Peters. So 3rd down and about 2 for the Lindsey Wilson offense. 3 receivers out wide to the right, 1 receiver isolated to the left. Man coming in motion, it's Seth Phillips. Rice drops back to throw, finds Sherrard for the first down. And expect to see a lot of that, folks. Lindsey Wilson, they're going to go to Kaya Sherrard early and often. Sherrard, again, so far this year, 12 catches, 362 yards, and 6 touchdowns. In the matchup against Texas Wesleyan, Sherrard had a program record 215 yards in that game alone.
Top by Amari Jenkins.
So a new series for Lindsey Wilson.
35.
Saunders remains in the backfield. Phillips coming in motion. Handoff will go to Tay Saunders. Saunders looking for space. Adam Mwimba first to him and brings him down. Nathaniel Sanford there for the assist. Saunders going nowhere. Tay Saunders, he's having a nice year as well for Lindsey Wilson. Native of Eminence, Kentucky. 37 rushes, 308 yards with 3 touchdowns. Also through the air, 7 grabs for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. So 2nd down and 10 for the Lindsey Wilson offense. Sherrard's going to come in motion and catches the little jet sweep. Sherrard looking for space. Sherrard making a move, gets the first down and a little bit more before being brought down by Braylon Jones. First down for Lindsey Wilson.
Braylon Jones on the stop.
That dynamic duo at receiver, number 7, Max Gainey, number 8, Kyle Sherrard. Those two guys are going to be expected to get the ball early and often out wide, and they get them the ball in a variety of different ways. They throw it short, they throw it deep. You see there Gainey taking the little jet sweep. Phillips coming in motion. Rice fakes the handoff. He's going deep. Kaya Sherrard open down the field. Kaya Sherrard with the grab and down at the 15-yard line. Kaya Sherrard getting involved. And this Lindsey Wilson offense is in business now in the green zone down at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue Raiders.
1st and 10, Lindsey Wilson.
So Max Gainey got the ball a little bit. He got involved earlier in the drive right there. Kaya Sherrard working, making his mark now on the offense. Blue Raiders getting ready to work here at the 15. New running back on the field, number 26, Stephen Mack. The handoff will go to Mack. Mack is still up. Mack still going, pushing forward to around the 8-yard line. Stephen Mack, the backup running back, 21 rushes, 193 yards thus far on the season. Native of Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Markel Sutton lost it. Emmanuel Bolton on the stop. And Adam Mwimba.
So this Lindsey Wilson offense, they've been able to do it in a variety of different ways through the air and on the ground. 2 running backs that they trust to make their presence felt in Saunders and Mack. So Mack's going to get it again. Mack along the left side. Mack making a move, and he's brought down right near the goal line at the 1-yard line.
Run by Stephen Mack for Lindsey Wilson.
If you're Coach Kleckler, you really can't ask for a better start to the game. Your defense forcing an early 3-and-out against that Reinhardt offense, and now your offense getting everything that they want in the early stages. They're going to want to try to punch it in here.
1st and goal in the 1-yard line.
Heavy formation for the Lindsey Wilson offense. Rice gets it, the handoff. Is he in? He is not. He is stopped. Tremendous defensive stand there for the Reinhardt Eagles on 1st down. Nathaniel Sanford shaking his head, saying that he was the one that made the play.
Stopped by Nathaniel Sanford for the Eagles.
Blue Raiders are going to get the ball right at that half-yard line.
No gain at the 1-yard line.
Stephen Mack remains in the game at running back. Shotgun set here. Snap to Rice. Mack in the end zone. Touchdown. Lindsey Wilson. Stephen Mack walking into the end zone for his first touchdown of the season. Blue Raiders strike first here at Ken White Field. Textbook offensive drive. Kaya Sherrard getting the deep reception, getting them down to the 15, and Stephen Mack doing the rest. Blue Raiders on the board here in Waleska. Little swinging gate action here. We'll see if they go through with it. They will not. They're going to get set in their normal field goal attempt formation and go for the point after. Jaden Burns kicking this one. It's up. And it's good. So Lindsey Wilson striking first here in Waleska. The 10th ranked Blue Raiders ahead 7-0.
We didn't come to fix Marco's brakes because it was convenient or fast. We did it because Marco has bigger fish to fry and a lot of hungry people to feed. Krause Family Ford. Passion drives purpose.
Welcome back to Ken White Field. Jaden Burns, the kicker for Lindsey Wilson, back deep again. Tyrus McKee. If you're just joining us, the Blue Raiders struck first. Stephen Mack with the 1-yard touchdown. Blue Raiders ahead 7-0. The Reinhardt Eagles looking for an answer. This one is going to go over to Jordan Gant. Gant brought down. Gant tried to return it. He gets brought down around the 16-yard line, and that is where the Reinhardt Eagles will begin their next drive. So Reinhardt went with a quick 3-and-out in their first drive. Taylor Jackson incomplete on 2 passes. They're going to try to get something going here. Reinhardt offense getting set. Ja Colbert joining Taylor Jackson in the backfield. That's where they'll begin. Lindsey Wilson defensive line shift. Hand off to Colbert. Colbert looking for any type of room but can't find it. Brought down by 4 different gray jerseys. That Lindsey Wilson defense is swarming. Very talented defensive line. Darius Moore, the leader up front for them, returning. He was a first-team All-Mid-South selection 1 season ago. Joined by Sam Taylor and Troy Churchill. Those guys make it very difficult for any team to find much running room. Jackson catches the snap. Another handoff to Colbert, and Colbert again met by that talented Lindsey Wilson front. You see number 5, Cameron Rankins, right in the mix, along with other gray jerseys surrounding him. So 2 carries for Colbert. He gets about 2 yards. It's another 3rd and long for the Eagles. Now, I'd expect they would need to get something going through the air in order to get this one. Colbert, he's a volume rusher. He gets going as the game goes on, but right now struggling to find much running room. Taylor Jackson drops back to pass, looking for somewhere to go. Evades a defender. Jackson still on his feet. Jackson gets the first down and slides safely to the ground and points forward for the first down.
Taylor Jackson for first down.
Taylor Jackson evading Darius Moore, who had a free lane and a free hit. Wasn't able to bring Jackson down.
That first down was sponsored by Nina's Pizza.
Coach Miller describes Taylor Jackson as sneaky athletic, a very elusive guy that you would not assume so just by looking at him. Brantley gets the carry and gets brought down near the numbers along the 40-yard line. 4 yards for Xavier Brantley, brings up 2nd and 6. Eagles making a few substitutions here. Now Jamarion Walker, the other half of that 2-headed monster in the backfield for the Eagles, now in the backfield. Jamarion Walker, 3 touchdowns on the year. Jackson looking deep. Jackson will throw it. McKee It looked like it was intended for Tyrese McKee, but Austin Davis went for it instead. It falls incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 6. Some miscommunication there, but if you're a receiver and you see the ball in your area, you're going to think it's for me. You're not looking behind you. You're not looking next to you. You're looking at the flight of the ball. 2 guys trying to make a play.
3rd down and 6.
Ethan Rice, number 4, now in the game for the Eagles in the slot. 3 receivers set for Reinhardt. Tight end Xavier Walker flexed out. Jackson dropping back. Quick pass is caught right near the sticks. That was Ethan Rice. We'll see where they mark him at. 1st down grab for Ethan Rice. That's going to move the chains. And Ethan Rice is a player that they want to try to get involved in a variety of different ways. So far this year, he has 15 total touches for 128 yards, scored a touchdown on the ground against Southeastern last game. You see there getting a big-time 1st down reception. McKee comes in motion. Walker with the carry. Jamarion Walker breaking through the line and getting right up close to the sticks. He'll be a yard short. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. Jamarion Walker, the other half of that 2-headed monster in the backfield. Reinhardt had 2 first-team All-Appalachian Athletic Conference running backs. Ja Colbert, our player to watch, was number 1, but Jamarion Walker not far behind him. Native of Adel, Georgia, formerly of Cook County High School. Ethan Rice coming in motion. Handoff is fake. Down the field, wide open. It's caught, and he is going to score. Touchdown, Reinhardt Eagles. Number 84, Ty Jones, the first touchdown of his Reinhardt career. That one completely fooled the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raider defense. Taylor Jackson rolled out, and Ty Jones streaking right down the seam for the touchdown. Eagles striking back after surrendering the first touchdown. Nice answer from the Reinhardt offense, and they're going to look to tie it up.
Yeah.
The kick is up, and it is good. Reinhardt with an answer. 10th ranked Blue Raiders 7, Eagles 7. All square now here.
Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Buffalo's Cafe for the football season.
Welcome back to Ken White Field here in Waleska, Georgia. The score, the Reinhardt Eagles 7, the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders 7. Taylor Jackson throwing the touchdown to number 84, Ty Jones. The first touchdown of his Reinhardt career comes in this matchup against the national power. The return for the Blue Raiders, jumping over a man. Lindsey Wilson will start their drive at the 40-yard line after a tremendous return. That's number 28, Byron Kirkland Lundy, the freshman from Edmonton, Kentucky. So the Blue Raider offense will get going on the left hash right up to the 40-yard line.
Lindsey Wilson at the 40-yard line.
But again, how about number 84, Ty Jones, the freshman from Columbus, Georgia, formerly of Lakeside High School. He was a player that Coach Miller was very excited to see throughout this year. He was able to step up and make something happen offensively for the Reinhardt Eagles. Tay Saunders didn't find much space there, gets about a yard, will bring up 2nd and 9.
In high school, you wait 25 because you throw it in. But in college, now you're doing it.
In the first drive, Max Gainey and Kaya Sherrard showed just why they are a very much feared dynamic duo out wide. Eagles pressuring Rice. He's able to escape. Tate Rice throwing it deep. Kaya Sherrard down the field. It will fall incomplete, but a flag on the play.
Have a flag on the play.
We'll see what the flag will be for. Reinhardt brought some pressure, forced Tate Rice to escape the pocket. We'll see which way this one gets called.
Holding. Offense, number 59.
It's going to be holding on Lindsey Wilson, called on number 59, Larry Montgomery, the senior. That's always the fear for offensive line coaches. Whenever that quarterback escapes the pocket, offensive linemen, they don't know where the quarterback is at. So when they see defensive linemen start to run, it's just human nature to have a little tug at the jersey or the shoulder pad. Montgomery called for it there. Coach Miller declining the penalty, instead forcing the Blue Raiders to make a play on 3rd down. It's 3rd down and 9 for Lindsey Wilson. Out wide for the Blue Raiders, Gainey, Reed, and Sherrard. Max Gainey coming in motion. Rice dropping back. Thrown down the field, looking for Gainey again. It will fall incomplete. Will bring up 4th down, and the punt team will come onto the field for Lindsey Wilson. So Reinhardt's offense had a response for that Lindsey Wilson drive. Reinhardt's defense also getting up off the mat after surrendering that early touchdown drive, forcing a 3-and-out of the Blue Raiders. And back deep to receive for the Reinhardt Eagles, Ja Colbert and Tyrus McKee.
Back deep. Ty McKee.
The punt is up. They're saying stay away from it. It's going to take a Lindsey Wilson roll to around the 24-yard line, and that is where this Reinhardt offense will get a chance to do business, getting the ball back after, again, a nice response of a drive. Taylor Jackson finding Ty Jones, streaking down the field for the touchdown.
2:20 remaining in the first quarter.
The Eagles, they want to try to pull out in front. Matchup between two teams that have made it a point coming into this season to face some challenges in non-conference play. Man coming across the formation. The handoff is fake. Jackson running. Jackson getting right near the sticks. No, that's a new quarterback, number 19, Braden Bohannon. So Bohannon coming in on the gadget play, getting a 1st down off the fake handoff.
Elliott on the tackle.
So Jackson back in the game.
First attack.
Colbert joining him in the backfield. Jackson receives it. Tried to find Colbert quickly, but the ball goes into the dirt. Incomplete.
Second attack.
Bring up 2nd down and 10.
Ball's at the 31.
They're trying to get a quick dump-off pass to Ja Colbert. Jackson might have rushed it a little bit. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. McKee coming in motion. Handoff is fake. Ethan Rice at quarterback. Ethan Rice running hard and gets right down near midfield. Ethan Rice 1st down. Reinhardt offense now in business, getting on the Blue Raiders side of the 50. So we've seen Reinhardt go to some different looks on offense, trying to find a spark. Braden Bohannon had a 1st down carry earlier. Right there, Ethan Rice, the jack of all trades, offensive piece for them at quarterback, running the ball. Rice again with the carry. Rice running. Rice making a move. Ethan Rice right near the 35-yard line. 15-yard carry for Ethan Rice. Back-to-back first downs for number 4.
The 34 line.
Taylor Jackson now back on the field. Ethan Rice had a first down catch earlier in this game. 2 carries now. 3 total touches for Ethan Rice. 3 first downs. Jackson and Colbert back in the backfield. Xavier Walker at tight end. Colbert with the carry, making a move. Colbert breaking free. Jock Colbert at the 10. Gets driven out near the 5-yard line. Reinhardt's offense now moving with some tempo. They're getting up to the line quickly. First down at the 5-yard line. They're getting right back to the line of scrimmage. Expect Colbert to get it again. Fake handoff. Taylor Jackson keeps it, leaps into the end zone. Touchdown, Reinhardt. Taylor Jackson, his second touchdown of the day. After surrendering that first touchdown, the Reinhardt offense answered with a touchdown drive of their own. The Eagle defense forced a 3-and-out, and then the Reinhardt offense again going back on the field and going right down the field to get another 6 points on the board. Hansen back as the field goal kicker, looking to score the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. 14-7. 10th-ranked Lindsey Wilson trailing the Reinhardt Eagles. It's going to be a fun one as we wind down the first quarter here in Waleska.
Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Buffalo's Cafe for the football season.
Set to resume play here at Ken White Field. The Reinhardt Eagles ahead of the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders 14-7. Taylor Jackson, his second touchdown of the day, this time on the ground. He leapt into the end zone, finishing off a nice drive for the Reinhardt Eagles. Alex Hansen will kick this one away.
Back deep number 28.
And this one will be received in the end zone for a touchback. Reinhardt is a team that is not used to losing here in the friendly confines of Ken White Field. Reinhardt's last home loss came in 2022, a 16-8 defeat against Bethel. They have been unbeaten at home since. So Lindsey Wilson set to start their drive right at the 25-yard line. Saunders back in the game in the backfield. Tay Saunders trying to find space. Nice hard run there by Tay Saunders, gets about 5. And that is going to end the first quarter. Seems like we have another classic on our hands, folks. These two teams, always a pleasure to watch them do battle. Expect fireworks in this one. Reinhardt currently ahead, 14-7.
We didn't come to fix Marco's brakes because it was convenient or fast. We did it because Marco has bigger fish to fry. And a lot of hungry people to feed. Kraus Family Ford. Passion drives purpose.
Set to resume play here at Ken White Field. Lindsey Wilson trailing Reinhardt 14-7. Blue Raiders will have 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line. Handoff is fake. Rice back deep, throwing it. Max Gainey down the sideline. Pass intended for him. Nice defense by number 3, Brighton Peters. 3rd down and 5 for Lindsey Wilson. A few drives ago, it was Max Gainey who caught the first down reception. They tried to go back to him on their last 3rd down on the previous drive. We'll see who Tate Rice trusts in this situation. The snap, Rice dropping back. And he's brought down. The ball is loose. And it goes to the Reinhardt Eagles. Markel Sutton with the strip sack and the fumble recovery for Reinhardt. Markel Sutton came off the edge on the blitz, and he made the play. What a play by number 2, Markel Sutton, and the Reinhardt offense will get the ball back near the red zone. We'll see what the flag is for. There was laundry on the field. He's putting the flag back in his pocket. I think he was just indicating that it was a fumble on the play. Yep, flag is being waved off. So Markel Sutton with the strip sack and the fumble recovery. Sutton, the native of Atlanta, Georgia. Sutton missed nearly the entire 2024 season with an injury. Now in 2025, expected to be a leader of this Reinhardt defense. He made a huge play there. And the Eagle offense is back in business. They're going to start things on the Lindsey Wilson 19-yard line. Braden Bohannon back at quarterback. Number 27, Harlem Diamond in that running back. Cam Curtis in motion. Bohannon's going to keep it. Couldn't find any space there. Lindsey Wilson all over him. Second down and about 12 for the Blue Raiders. Number 42, Latavion Everly. First one in the backfield to make that play.
22.
Taylor Jackson back in the game for Reinhardt. The Eagles, you can tell, they're already not going to be afraid to throw some different looks at the Blue Raiders. They've had 3 guys at quarterback already. Jackson throwing it and will be caught complete to Cam Curtis. Near the sticks. Will bring up 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1.5 yards.
Jamarion Walker will enter the game. Ethan Rice as well.
3rd down.
Eagles putting a 6th lineman on the field. Number 64, Anthony Green, the freshman, will enter. So Green comes in as an extra tackle. Heavy formation for Reinhardt. Rice at quarterback. Rice keeps it. Rice trying to run right through. Scratching and clawing his way. Will he get the first down? Yes, he will. Ethan Rice moving the chains for the 4th time today. Ethan Rice, so far in this game, 4 touches and 4 first downs. Rice will remain in the game at quarterback.
Pizza first down at the 9-yard line.
Eagle offense using the run to establish things in the early stages of this game. Ethan Rice, another carry. Rice right up the middle. He's going to get to the 3-yard line.
That can't be the white shirt off there.
Jefferson on the tackle.
What is he?
Second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Second down and goal for the Reinhardt Eagles. Taylor Jackson back in the game at quarterback. Ethan Rice getting involved early and often. Already 5 touches in this game, 4 of them resulting in first downs. Handoff goes to Jamarion Walker. Walker gets around the 2-yard line.
Jamarion Walker on the carry.
3rd down and 2. Eagles trying to punctuate this drive with another score. Currently ahead by 1 score. Looking to take a 2-possession lead against the 10th ranked team in the country. That Lindsey Wilson defense last season among the NAIA leaders in rushing yards allowed. Rollout, Jackson looking for space. Jackson will score it. Taylor Jackson, another touchdown for the Reinhardt Eagles. His 3rd touchdown of the day. 2nd on the ground for Taylor Jackson. At first, it looked like a broken play, like he was trying to hand it off. He rolled to his right, almost slipped on the ground, but then found some space to score it. Reinhardt out in front, 20-7. Alex Hansen trying to punctuate it with an extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. Eagles out in front, 21-7. They take a 2-possession lead against the 10th ranked Blue Raiders.
Back deep for Lindsey Wilson, number 7, Max Janey. Number 28, Aaron Kirkland Lundy.
Welcome back to Ken White Field. The Reinhardt Eagles out in front of the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders, 21-7. Eagles got the ball in the short field after Markel Sutton's strip sack. They were able to punch it in with another Taylor Jackson rushing touchdown. Jackson now 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air in this game. Hansen kicks it off. Back deep to receive again, Kirkland Lundy. Kirkland Lundy looking for space. Kirkland Lundy finds some space. Kirkland Lundy running now at the 50. Kirkland Lundy at the 40, 35. Kirkland Lundy at the 20, down near the 15, and he gets brought down by his face mask. So that's going to be another few yards added to the end of the run. Byron Kirkland Lundy found some space, made a move, and very nearly found pay dirt. He got brought down by the face mask. He was shaken up a bit on the play, being held to the sideline by his teammates. The ref confirms that it was a face mask on this Reinhardt kicking team. Half distance to the goal, so Lindsey Wilson will begin their drive around the 7-yard line. Huge momentum shifter for the Blue Raiders. Everything was going Reinhardt's way up to that point since Lindsey Wilson's opening touchdown drive. That may be just what the doctor ordered for the 10th ranked team in the country.
First and goal, Lindsey Wilson at the 9.
Trailing Reinhardt by 2 scores. Tate Rice and Tay Saunders in the backfield yet again for the Blue Raiders. Rice throwing it. What a catch by Kaya Sherrard. Touchdown, Blue Raiders.
Matthew Wilson.
Kaya Sherrard climbed the ladder and made the play, getting the grab for Lindsey Wilson. And they're right back in this ball game. That was a classic go up and get it play. Kaya Sherrard isolated on the right side, working against number 3 Brighton Peters, two of the best players on their respective teams. Peters won the battle early on in the game. This time Kaya Sherrard coming out on the better end of it at the goal line. Kick is up and it's good. Lindsey Wilson with a response. Score is now 21-14. Eagles still out in front. Resuming play here at Ken White Field. If you're just joining us, you missed a tremendous grab by number 8, Kaya Sherrard, scoring the touchdown for Lindsey Wilson. They get themselves back on the board. It was quiet for them offensively until that point. Started off with a tremendous return by number 28, Byron Kirkland Lundy. Rice and Sherrard doing the rest. Eagles set to resume back on offense. That's going to be a touchback, so they will begin their drive. At the 20-yard line. Reinhardt getting it done both on the ground and through the air. They've done it using different looks as well. Braden Bohannon and Ethan Rice have taken snaps at quarterback along with Taylor Jackson. They're trying to keep that Lindsey Wilson defense guessing and on their toes, doing a nice job so far utilizing the talent they have at their disposal on offense. Taylor Jackson, 3 scores so far today. Handoff is going to go to Ja Colbert, and Colbert is brought down at the 29-yard line after a gain of about 4. So it's going to be 2nd down and 6. Reinhardt trying to play with some tempo now. Getting to the line in a hurry. Handoff is fake. McKee along the left side. Tyrus McKee finding some space and gets brought down at the 44. Reinhardt's offense, they look good in the game against Southeastern for the most part. A few debilitating turnovers became the story of the game, but they had their moments where they were driving it up and down the field against a team in Southeastern that sports a tremendous defense. So Reinhardt's offense trying to put it all together against the Blue Raiders. McKee looking, it's Jackson keeping it, and he gets brought down in the backfield. So McKee came in motion. Taylor Jackson kept it for himself. He got back up to the line of scrimmage.
Lee Birchfield on the side. No gain. 2nd and 10.
And the change for the Reinhardt Eagles up front is number 53, Aaron Inman, limps to the sideline. Now entering for him is number 64, Anthony Green. Anthony Green now in at left guard. The handoff to Colbert. Colbert shrugging the defender off, but can't shrug off another one. And Lindsey Wilson defense swarming on this drive. Brings up 3rd down and 11. The Blue Raiders, they're trying to respond on the defensive side of the ball. That Reinhardt offense, they scored each time that they've touched it since that early 3 and out. Now 3rd and long. Taylor Jackson all alone in the backfield. 5 receivers out wide for the Eagles. some movement along the front lines, but not before a timeout from Coach Kleckler. So the timeout will take precedence over the movement. Blue Raiders want to talk. 3rd down and 11. The Reinhardt Eagles looking for a big conversion. And folks, every time the Blue Raiders and the Eagles do battle, it's always a tremendous matchup. Two programs that have immense amounts of respect for each other. A matchup that goes back to the previous coaching staffs and has just continued under the regimes of Coach Miller and Coach Kleckler. Former Mid-South rivals, the first time that these teams have faced off since 2022. Not many players on either side from that matchup. A player who did play in that game, who made a big play in this one, Markel Sutton. He was a factor in that game in 2022, stepping up for Reinhardt in this year's game. So Jackson, all alone in the backfield, 5 receivers out wide and some movement. It's going to be a false start on the Reinhardt Eagles. That's going to make a 3rd and long, 3rd and even longer. Now 3rd and 16. That was Xavier Brantley called for the false start. Third and 16.
Be 3rd and 16 for the Eagles. 36 yard line.
Lindsey Wilson trying to force the 3 and out. Jackson dropping back. Quick throw to McKee. McKee has some space. McKee trying to make a play. McKee shrugging off some defenders and fighting his way past the sticks for the first down. Huge grab for Tyrus McKee. He caught that a good 12 yards away from the sticks. He evaded one man, ran through another, and finished the run for the first down. Tyrus McKee moving the chains for the Eagles. And a new series, Jamarion Walker now in the backfield for Reinhardt. Jacorian Polk coming in motion. Walker with the handoff.
Walker on the carry. To the 42.
Gets about 5 there. 2nd down and 5. Reinhardt offense again trying to play with some tempo. Getting to the line quick. Snap to Jackson. Walker get the handoff. Walker across the 35, around the 33. Jamarion Walker finding some success on the ground here.
33 yard line.
Jackson drops back, throws it, intended for Cedric Cullors. It was a little bit low.
Receiver number 81, Cedric Cullors.
Cedric Cullors tried to come back to it, but was not able to do so. 2nd down and 10 now for the Reinhardt Eagles. Walker remains in the backfield. Austin Davis, Xavier Walker, the tight ends both on the same side of the formation. Fake handoff, Jackson running over a man. Taylor Jackson's been running it very well for Reinhardt in this game. Finished that run across the 30, but there is some laundry on the field. And judging by the reaction of some of the Reinhardt players, it is going to be a flag on the Eagles. Holding called against number 89, Xavier Walker. And I wasn't entirely sure, but again, judging by the way he reacted from what he heard on the field, it seemed like it was a flag called, and turns out it's a flag on him. Will now be 2nd and very long for the Eagles. 2nd and 20. They'll have to get, in essence, 2 first downs for 1. Jackson dropping back. The throw, grabbed by Ethan Rice, couldn't make the play. That was a great defensive play there by the defensive back, Howie Gant and Lee Livingston in the area.
You got to hold. You got to hold. You had the ball.
That was a good throw by Taylor Jackson, what seemed to initially be a good grab by Ethan Rice. But Gant and Livingston sandwiching Rice and forcing him to put the ball on the deck. Will now be 3rd down and 20 for Reinhardt. 4 receivers out wide, Brantley, McKee, Rice, and Gant. Walker in the backfield. Jackson drops back to pass. Throws it right to Cameron Rankins for the interception. Linebacker Cameron Rankins making the play and giving the ball to the Blue Raiders. Rankins, a returning first-team All-Mid-South selection, making the play for Lindsey Wilson. Now all of the momentum in favor of the 10th-ranked Blue Raiders. First turnover of the game for this Reinhardt offense. 6th interception of the season thrown by Taylor Jackson. So what will Lindsey Wilson do with it here? Ball at the 42-yard line. Rice and Saunders in the backfield. Handoff is faked. It's thrown to Kaya Sherrard, and Sherrard will maybe get a yard on the bubble screen.
Kaya Sherrard on the reception.
So Sherrard gets back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more.
Correction, pickup of 1, 2nd and 9.
So 2nd and about 10 for Lindsey Wilson. Cameron Rankins getting up into the air and making that grab for the interception, giving the ball back to the Blue Raiders. Saunders on the handoff. Saunders brought down. That's number 92, Damian Deloney, and number 8, Braylon Jones in on the stop. So 3rd down and about 6 for Lindsey Wilson. Outside of that initial touchdown drive, this Reinhardt defense has been excellent so far in this one. They really tightened the screws here in the 2nd quarter. The 2nd quarter was when the bottom sort of fell out for Reinhardt in their matchup against Southeastern. Thus far, it's been a much better showing defensively for the Eagles. Rice drops back, throws it, intended for Sherrard, but can't connect with him. Ball falls incomplete. Will bring up 4th down and 6, and the Blue Raiders are going to punt it away. So the Eagle defense responding to the sudden change. Cameron Rankins' interception, giving the ball to the Blue Raiders with good field position, but they were unable to cash in. Jaden Burns punting it away. Back deep for the Reinhardt Eagles, number 5, Ja Culver.
Tucker Swindler on the back to punt.
High arcing punt up in the air, and it will fall right near the end zone. A tremendous punt for Lindsey Wilson, and it's down at the 3-yard line. So the Eagles will have to travel 97 yards if they're going to put another 6 points on the board.
Eagles have the ball at the 3-yard line. 5:18 on the clock.
Reinhardt's offense is going to start things backed up. In games like these where the talent is so even on both sides, those type of plays can be the difference. Trying to play a bit of a field position battle now. Ethan Rice in at quarterback. Rice running it up the middle. Ethan Rice is brought down after a gain of about 6. will bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Eagles.
Carry was number 4, fullback keeper Ethan Rice.
So Ethan Rice is going to leave, and Taylor Jackson will re-enter. Cedric Cullors also jogging off the field for Reinhardt. Number 89, Xavier Walker, replaces him. Walker on one side of the line. The other tight end, number 87, Austin Davis, on the other side. 2 tight ends set for the Eagles. Harlem Diamond in at running back. The handoff goes to Diamond. Diamond trying to find some space, and he finds none of it. 3 gray jerseys surrounding him. 3rd down and short for Reinhardt. 3rd down and about 1. In Reinhardt's last drive, it was number 6, Jamarion Walker, who was trusted in these short yardage situations. Taylor Jackson, the quarterback, lined up out wide. Quickly getting to the line of scrimmage. Ja Colbert at quarterback. Ja Colbert breaking free. Ja Colbert down the field. Ja Colbert all the way down to the 36-yard line. Tricky formation from the Reinhardt Eagles. Taylor Jackson came out of the huddle out wide at receiver. Ja Colbert caught the direct snap from quarterback and took it all the way down to the 34-yard line, flipping the field for Reinhardt. Eagles in business on the Blue Raiders side of the 50. Now Braden Bohannon in at quarterback for Reinhardt, joined in the backfield by Harlem Diamond. Cam Curtis coming in motion. Bohannon fakes it. Bohannon will be brought down. He gets about 4. So the Eagles getting tricky on offense, pulling out all the stops. And we're going to have a stoppage of play here. A man is down on the turf from the Blue Raiders. As he gets tended to, we will take a quick break here from Ken White Field. Back here at Ken White Field, Reinhardt was down to a 3rd and 1. Ja Colbert taking a direct snap to around the 36, 37-yard line, flipping the field and flipping momentum in favor of the Eagles. It's now 2nd down and around 6. After some trickeration at that quarterback spot, Taylor Jackson now back in to settle things down for Reinhardt. Tosses it to Colbert. Colbert looked like he was looking to throw it. He will, and it will fall incomplete. Reinhardt pulling out all the stops indeed on the offensive side of the football. We've seen some direct snaps. We've seen jet sweeps. We've had 4 different guys take snaps at quarterback in this game. Eagles doing everything they can to try to keep this Lindsey Wilson defense off balance. Will now be 3rd down and 6. Taylor Jackson all alone in the backfield. 5 receivers out wide for Reinhardt, Diamond, Gant, Rice, McKee, and Curtis. Dropping back to pass. Jackson's going to keep it. Jackson looking for space. Jackson spinning and gets brought down at the 22-yard line. Another 1st down on the ground for Taylor Jackson. Taylor Jackson is not afraid to keep it for himself, and he has been running hard in this one. Jackson not known for using his feet much, but when he does, he is generally effective. Handoff here to Diamond. Diamond up the middle. That's going to be enough for a 1st down, but there is some laundry on the field thrown near the line of scrimmage.
Harlem Diamond, we have a flag on the play.
So we will see what this flag will be. thrown right near the trenches. It's going to be holding on this Reinhardt offense, called on number 58, Justin Pinkney. That will back things up 10 yards and bring up first down and 20. Jamarion Walker now in at running back for Reinhardt.
First and 20.
And those plays absolutely hurt you on offense, especially when you're moving the ball as well as the Eagles were. Walker through the line. Walker evading a defender. Walker still on his feet. Jamarion Walker, what a run. He lost the football at the end, but the Eagles fall on top of it. Jamarion Walker running it right up the middle of that Lindsey Wilson Blue Raider defense. Gets back all the penalty yards and then some. Gets into the red zone. And we'll have the 2-minute timeout here. 1 minute and 51 seconds remaining here in Waleska. Reinhardt at the 14-yard line trying to punch it in and take a 2-possession lead over the Blue Raiders. Back here at Ken White Field, the Reinhardt offense getting things going on the ground. They're now up to 229 rushing yards, and we're just under 2 minutes here in the first half. Handoff is fake. Taylor Jackson finding some space before being brought down, but not before he gets across the first down line. Another first down for this Reinhardt offense. They're getting it done on the ground early and often. They're running it right at that Lindsey Wilson front. They're running around and running through them, getting tricky, doing a variety of different things to get their playmakers the ball. Jackson with the handoff. Walker trying to find room. Jamarion Walker still up. Jamarion Walker gets past the 5-yard line. He is very difficult to bring down, showing some elusiveness as well. We're going to have another timeout. Coach Kleckler wanting to have a conversation with his defense. Reinhardt has driven all the way near the 5-yard line. They started this drive at their own 3 after a punt by Lindsey Wilson was downed. It was 3rd down and 1 when the Eagles went to a tricky formation that featured Ja Colbert at quarterback. Colbert caught the snap and went right through the line, flipping the field for Reinhardt, getting across the 40. Since then, the Eagles keeping it on the ground for most of this drive. And they're going to try to punch it in here. 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Jamarion Walker remains in the game for Reinhardt. New quarterback out on the field as well. Number 19, Braden Bohannon, back at QB for the Eagles. Man coming across. Bohannon gets brought down at the 5-yard line.
Braden Bohannon, the quarterback keeper.
He got brought down by number 32, Jamarcus Frank. Another timeout called by Coach Kleckler. So Lindsey Wilson, they want to keep as much time on the clock as possible in the event that their offense can get the ball back. They have shown the ability throughout this year to be a team capable of striking fast offensively. So they want to give their offense one more chance. Meanwhile, the Eagles trying to put the finishing touches on what has been a phenomenal drive offensively. Again, a drive that started at their own 3-yard line. They've gotten all the way down the field and threatening. 3rd down and goal for the Eagles. Ethan Rice now in at quarterback for Reinhardt. Rice takes the snap. Jump pass by Rice. It was intended for Austin Davis in the back of the end zone, but it falls incomplete.
4th down.
That's Ethan Rice's first passing attempt of the year. It goes incomplete. We'll bring up 4th down, and Coach Miller's going to opt for the field goal. Trying to go up 2 scores against Lindsey Wilson. A little bit of movement up front. Yellow pointing at gray, gray pointing at yellow. It's going to be a false start against Reinhardt. Some movement up front by the Reinhardt Eagles. It was called on number 71, Braddock Vohan. The freshman from Temple, Georgia, gets called with some early movement. So that backs the field goal attempt 5 yards. Alex Hansen still trying to connect. He was perfect against Southeastern. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Alex Hansen remains on a tear at kicker for Reinhardt. Eagles go up 2 scores. They're now ahead 24-14.
Your Eagles, 24. And Lindsey Wilson.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Set to resume play here at Ken White Field. The Reinhardt Eagles out in front, 24-14. 10th ranked Lindsey Wilson on the ropes here in Waleska. Hansen to kick it for the Eagles. Max Gainey and Tay Saunders back deep to receive. Gainey will get it. Gainey's going to take it out of the end zone. Max Gainey picking up steam. Max Gainey making a move. Max Gainey shaking off some defenders before getting brought down at the 39-yard line. So Max Gainey, a nice return up to the 39. That's where Lindsey Wilson will get it with the chance at one more drive before we go to halftime. So far, again, this Reinhardt offense getting it done on the ground. Out of their 331 total yards in the first half, 237 of them have come on the ground. And it has been truly a team effort for Reinhardt on the ground. Jock Colbert, 85 yards. Ethan Rice with 51. Jamarion Walker has 46. Taylor Jackson, 37 rushing yards and 2 scores. Flag on the play, backing it all the way up to around the 5-yard line. So that is where Lindsey Wilson will have to begin their drive. They're going to have to go nearly the length of the field if they are going to find a way to put some more points on the board. Tate Rice in the offense, getting ready. Man coming in motion. Quick throw to Saunders. Saunders has some room. He gets the first down and steps out of bounds around the 25-yard line. So a nice little chunk play there for Lindsey Wilson. Now 42 seconds remaining. Four receivers out wide. Seth Phillips, the tight end, also in the game, attached to the LOS. Rice drops back. Rice looking to throw it, and he's brought down. That's number 22, Nolan Marshall, on the sack, his first of the season.
Quarterback sack.
Damian Deloney also there. Clock winding down now, under 20 seconds. We'll see if the Blue Raiders want to call one more play here. It appears that they will be content to allow the clock to run, and that is where we will end things here in the first half. Lindsey Wilson started fast, had a 3-and-out, and then a touchdown drive. But since then, it has been all Reinhardt here in Waleska. The 10th-ranked Blue Raiders are officially on upset alert. The Reinhardt Eagles out in front, 24-14.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Toda mi gente lo siente, 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 toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la fadera suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente.
I'm Mauricio Cuevas, defender for the LA Galaxy. The best performance requires the best training. That's why we trust AstroTurf. AstroTurf delivers unparalleled ability, safety, and playability, ensuring every match and session of training is fast and exciting. As a proud partner of the LA Galaxy, AstroTurf continues to provide world-class surfaces, fueling the future of the game.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Hi there. I'd like to introduce you to McValue at McDonald's. With McValue, you can buy one and add any one of these for only $1. And look at that. You can do the same thing during breakfast. It's crazy. You see, at any moment in the day, McValue can take you to a place where a whole new menu of possibilities exist, inspiring you to order more from life than you could ever imagine. Take a look at your surroundings. Take a look at your environment. Take a look at your past decisions. Take a look at your present. Are you curious about the future? And setting your expectations at perfection is not a way for growth. So I'd use the word curiosity, and that's a long way to get there. But if you stay curious, I think you can get the most out of life's menu. Because if you don't, you're leaving some of those moments on the table. You gotta try to get the most out of life. You might just think McValue adds the power of choice to McDonald's menu, but it also adds the power of perspective. And depending on how you look at it, that might be the most powerful thing you can order. And while you're here, I can't wait to meet you. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The bravest person I know is definitely my dad, 100%.
My friend Sean.
My daughter Cynthia, and she was in the United States Army.
One of the bravest things he ever did wasn't when he first enlisted, it was when he found his first support group.
Our journey has not been easy.
One of the bravest things he did was when he asked to move in with me and my mom.
I felt like I was lost, and you gave me a place to stay.
When he decided he was going to go back to school after 23 years.
It was the better part of my life that I spent in the Marine Corps. Transitioning out, it's a difficult thing.
She went on foreign soil. She went to war. But the bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.
So I really appreciate it.
I'm worried about Mom.
Mom? She's fine. These are the ones, right, Mom?
Yeah, groundlings.
Sweet potatoes.
Daddy, it's salty.
Some things come with age.
And some don't.
Early detection of Alzheimer's can lead to better care for your loved one. Learn the early warning signs at 10signs.org.
Hey, do you need a hand?
Yeah. My God. Every time with his team, man. Coach, put me on this, man.
Nice dive. Now find your rhythm.
Calm down. Ah! Hey! Okay, man! That boy lit! That boy lit!
Up. Okay, that's it. You got one more for you.
Got you. Like the headway. Here she is, guys. She's coming, guys.
Let's go.
Good morning, Emma. I'm right here now. Come on, come to me, come to me.
Turn me up, baby.
Onyedi. You're Fatani.
Boss, man, I'm turned up right now, though. Oh, you're violent, man, honestly.
Look at me. I'm done. You're good.
Just don't forget what I sent you this morning. You are equipped. Don't allow anyone or anything to tell you different. I got something for you.
One more. You can. I really can't.
Onyedi, chin up, bro. You got a goal in you, man. The left back's gas. Come on.
Oh, come on, Sam. This is looking really good.
You only got 10K left, okay? Your pace is phenomenal. Are you ready?
Cam, it's all good. Take the hit. Embrace it. You're here for a reason, baby. You are here for a reason, baby.
Yes.
3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Mate, that was so sick.
Come on, Emma.
Muévelo como yo lo sabe hacer. Con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, 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 mira, sacúdete.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Toda mi gente lo siente, 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 toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena, en la favela suena, el techo se me llena, toda mi gente lo siente.
I'm Mauricio Cuevas, defender for the LA Galaxy. The best performance requires the best training. That's why we trust AstroTurf. AstroTurf delivers unparalleled ability, safety, and playability, ensuring every match and session of training is fast and exciting. As a proud partner of the LA Galaxy, AstroTurf continues to provide world-class surfaces, fueling the future of the game.
Welcome to SESN. Your ticket.
Some might ask, what's the hurry? But if it's the difference between getting McDonald's breakfast and settling for a Big Mac, well, run like the wind.
Sit in the hip like, whenever you tip them all got to sit in the hip like,
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's like that. Line, got it, but stays fair. Everybody feel it, come around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we bring it to you. It's like that.
You don't have to wear a uniform for service or sacrifice. Every day, ordinary Americans perform extraordinary acts of courage and selfless service. Please join us in recognizing citizen heroes who have made a difference in the lives of others through their acts of courage and selfless service in communities across America. Nominate a citizen hero today at themedalofhonor.com.
Welcome back to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. Tony, what do you think?
Quincy, it's 2 a.m.
You have school tomorrow. Get some rest.
See you tomorrow, Saquon.
You got it, Kwesi.
His name is Quincy. The crowd goes wild.
Hey, Kwesi! Kwesi! Your son's fantasies are going to destroy my house.
Spin move. Quincy, take the snap. Hike. Here comes Fred Warner.
I'm open.
He's got Jefferson.
All right. Hit the gritty?
Nah, hit the Quincy.
Where is that boy going?
Nobody was little number.
Oh no!
Bring it, little man.
Cam Jordan.
I'll see you tomorrow, Kwesi.
Quincy's in trouble.
I got you.
He pitches into Saquon. No! My ball!
That's on you, bro. Besides, I'm not even real.
Is this your ball? What's your name?
Quincy.
Kwesi. I'm OC. I know that look. I know that dream. I had the same one. See, Kwesi, doesn't have to be a dream anymore. Doesn't matter where you're born, as long as you're born to play.
Just making sure you were real.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused. A habit we never skip. To clear our minds and elevate our performance. But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Maybe you surround yourself with positivity. Or you need to center yourself. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Toda mi gente lo siente. 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 Toda mi gente caliente. Toda mi gente lo siente. Toda mi gente suena. En la favela suena. El techo se me llena. Toda mi gente lo siente.
I'm Mauricio Cuevas, defender for the LA Galaxy. The best performance requires the best training. That's why we trust AstroTurf. AstroTurf delivers unparalleled ability, safety, and playability, ensuring every match and session of training is fast and exciting. As a proud partner of the LA Galaxy, AstroTurf continues to provide world-class surfaces, fueling the future of the game.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Hi there. I'd like to introduce you to McValue at McDonald's. With McValue, you can buy one and add any one of these for only $1. And look at that. You can do the same thing during breakfast. It's crazy. You see, at any moment in the day, McValue can take you to a place where a whole new menu of possibilities exist, inspiring you to order more from life than you could ever imagine. Take a look at your surroundings. Take a look at your environment. Take a look at your past decisions. Take a look at your present. Are you curious about the future? And setting your expectations at perfection is not a way for growth. So I'd use the word curiosity, and that's a long way to get there. But if you stay curious, I think you can get the most out of life's menu. Because if you don't, you're leaving some of those moments on the table. You gotta try to get the most out of life. You might just think McValue adds the power of choice to McDonald's menu, but it also adds the power of perspective. And depending on how you look at it, that might be the most powerful thing you can order. And while you're here, I can't wait to meet you. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The bravest person I know is definitely my dad, 100%.
My friend Sean.
My daughter Cynthia, and she was in the United States Army.
One of the bravest things he ever did wasn't when he first enlisted, it was when he found his first support group.
Our journey has not been easy.
One of the bravest things he did was when he asked to move in with me and my mom.
I felt like I was lost, and you gave me a place to stay.
When he decided he was going to go back to school after 23 years.
It was the better part of my life that I spent in the Marine Corps. Transitioning out, it's a difficult thing.
She went on foreign soil. She went to war. But the bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.
So I really appreciate it.
I'm worried about Mom.
Mom? She's fine. These the ones, right, Mom?
Yeah, groundlings.
Sweet potatoes.
Daddy, it's salty.
Some things come with age.
And some don't.
Early detection of Alzheimer's can lead to better care for your loved one. Learn the early warning signs at 10signs.org.
Welcome back to Ken White Field here in Waleska, Georgia. The Reinhardt Eagles out in front against the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders, 24-14. 10th ranked Blue Raiders officially on upset alert, and Reinhardt's been able to do it using a balanced attack on the ground. Variety of different players getting it done. Ja Colbert leading the way for the Reinhardt Eagles, 6 carries for 85 yards. Ethan Rice, 5 for 51. Jamarion Walker, 6 for 46. Taylor Jackson, 6 for 37 and 2 touchdowns. For the Blue Raiders, Tate Rice, the quarterback, 5 of 9, 68 yards with a touchdown. Tay Saunders still trying to find his footing on the ground, 6 for 18 yards. Kaya Sherrard made his presence felt with a highlight reel grab in the end zone. Also had a nice long pass on a first down earlier in the game. He has 3 receptions for 46 yards and a touchdown.
Reinhardt will kick you off second half. Kicking for the Eagles, number 46, Alex Henson.
Getting set to get things back going, Alex Hansen getting ready to kick off for the Eagles. Back deep to receive for Lindsey Wilson, number 7, Max Gainey. He's joined by number 0, Tay Saunders. This kick near the end zone, Gainey will retrieve it. Gainey trying to find some space. Gainey reversing field, cannot escape number 52, Kamari Poindexter. Poindexter with the tackle. Brings him down near the 20-yard line. That is where Lindsey Wilson will begin their next drive. So the Blue Raiders started off with a bang on their first drive of the game, getting things going on the ground. Tate Rice threw it deep to Kaya Sherrard. That got them into the green zone. Lindsey Wilson able to finish off the drive with a score. But since then, it has been all Reinhardt, 24-7, since that initial surge by the Blue Raiders to bring us to our score of 24-14. So we're starting things off with Tate Rice and Tay Saunders in the backfield. Gainey Sherrard and the tight end Seth Phillips out wide on the left side. One man isolated on the right. And we will begin. Snap to Rice. Rice throwing it. Sherrard has it. Kaya Sherrard, his 4th catch of the game. This one right near the sticks, and it will be for a first down. Kaya Sherrard got himself going in that first quarter. Was quiet in the second. They want to try to get him involved in the offense.
First down at the 23.
Lindsey Wilson looking for a response, trailing by 2 possessions. The toss to Saunders. Saunders on the right side. Saunders gets brought down after a gain of 5. So as much attention as the Lindsey Wilson air attack gets, Tay Saunders has performed very well on the ground for Lindsey Wilson throughout this year, entering this game with 308 yards and 3 touchdowns. But it's been a quiet day for him. Credit to that Reinhardt defensive front, making him work for every single inch throughout.
From the 39-yard line.
2nd and 5. Rice dropping back. He's going to throw it. It was intended for number 18, Tabori Reed. Goes into the end zone. Incomplete. 3rd down and 5. That pass sailing out of bounds. Lindsey Wilson trying to find some momentum. They scored on their first drive in the first half, looking for an encore here in the second half. Reinhardt looking to keep their foot on the gas pedal here in this one. Again, the 10th ranked team in the country officially on upset alert here at Ken White Field. Rice throwing it. Sherrard gets the first down. Kish Wright making the tackle across the 50-yard line. Lindsey Wilson now on the Eagles side of the field. Kaya Sherrard, his 2nd catch of the drive, now up to 5 on the day.
First half, Jamar Benjamin.
Point of emphasis was early on to get him involved. They went away from him in that second quarter, but going right back to Sherrard here in the third. Rice dropping back again, getting brought down, but throws it again. Kaya Sherrard across the sticks for the first down. It looked like Tate Rice was going to be sacked. Nathaniel Sanford was around his legs, but Tate Rice throwing it as he's getting brought down to Sherrard across the sticks for the first.
On the side.
And Sanford is a little bit shaken up right near the 45-yard line. So they're going to take a look at Sanford. We're going to take a quick break. Set to resume play. Sanford working his way to the sideline. Nathaniel Sanford had his arms wrapped around the legs of Tate Rice, but Tate Rice able to get the ball off before hitting the ground, finding Kaya Sherrard across the sticks. So Sherrard entered the first half with 3 grabs. He now has 3 grabs in just this first drive, up to 6 on the day. So a nice showing for number 8, Kaya Sherrard.
Your winner, that's 997.
Almost single-handedly lighting a fire up under this Lindsey Wilson offense. Max Gainey now getting it on the tunnel screen. Max Gainey now surrounded after a good gain of about 7.
Pass complete to Max Gainey.
That dynamic duo of Sherrard and Gainey getting involved here in the third quarter. Coming into this game, we figured the Eagles would have their work cut out for them with the way that this Lindsey Wilson offense had been performing. Reinhardt really tightened the screws after that first drive. Now the Blue Raiders' top 2 receivers stepping up. The handoff to Tay Saunders. Saunders will get brought down after a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd down and 2. Now Lindsey Wilson going with a heavy formation. 2 tight ends in the game. Seth Phillips is joined by number 89, Cole Birch. Both tight ends will be aligned on the left side. 2 receivers on the field. Sherrard on the left. Reed on the right. Handoff to Saunders. Saunders up the middle. And he will have enough for the first down. So Tay Saunders moves the sticks, and this Lindsey Wilson drive will continue. They are marching right down the field against this Eagle defense.
Along with Julian Stevenson. That's a first down.
The offensive coordinator for Lindsey Wilson, Jay Bright, he was the offensive coordinator for the last team that came away from Ken Whitefield with a victory. He was the offensive coordinator for that Bethel squad that beat Reinhardt in 2022. Handoff is faked. Rice throwing it down the field, and it will be batted away by number 18, Carter Hicks. Great defense from the former Creekside Seminole, Carter Hicks. Tate Rice was looking deep for Max Gainey in the end zone, but Carter Hicks knocking the ball away will bring up 2nd down and 10. Heavy dose of 7 and 8 on this drive. Handoff to Saunders. Saunders along the right side, but he's going to get brought down. A few gold jerseys around him. The first one there on the stop, number 2, Markel Sutton. Sutton has been everywhere for the Eagles in this game. Earlier had a strip sack, and he also recovered the fumble on that same play. Has a few nice stops in the backfield as well. Great game from number 2 for the Reinhardt Eagles, Markel Sutton thus far. will bring up 3rd down and about 13. First 3rd and long of the drive for Lindsey Wilson. Rice dropping back, quick throw to Saunders. Saunders has space. Saunders at the 20, and he gets brought down. Tay Saunders across the 20-yard line, getting close to the 1st down. We'll see what the decision will be from Coach Kleckler. It doesn't appear that there's going to be a personnel change. The offense staying on the field. 4th down and 3 for the Blue Raiders. If you're Lindsey Wilson, you make it all the way down the field, you get a 4th and short. You're not even thinking about 3. They're thinking of 7. 4th down. Tate Rice dropping back, looking again for Saunders. Saunders with the grab. Saunders still on his feet and gets driven out at the 5-yard line by Kamari Poindexter. 1st down for Lindsey Wilson. Now 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
1st and goal.
Tay Saunders, 2 nice grabs, one to get them close to the sticks, one to get them across the sticks. 1st and goal for the Blue Raiders. Saunders remains in the backfield for Lindsey Wilson. Hand off to Saunders. Saunders following a lead blocker, and he's going to get brought down by who else? Number 2, Markel Sutton, making the play. Another stop by Sutton, and it does appear that Sutton is down. Markel Sutton's going to get checked on. We're going to step away.
Markel Sutton on the tackle.
Resuming play here at Ken White Field. Lindsey Wilson threatening from the 5-yard line. It will be 2nd and goal for the Blue Raiders. New running back in the game, number 26, Stephen Mack in the backfield. Jet sweep to Sherrard. Sherrard along the left side. Sherrard trying to force his way into the end zone. He will be stopped. Number 28, Kish Wright, driving him out. And it's going to be a holding call against Lindsey Wilson. Number 77, Luke Simmons, the sophomore, gets called for holding. Second and short turns into 2nd and long. It is now 2nd and goal from the 15-yard line for Lindsey Wilson. But even though it's more yards to cover, this may work in the favor of the Blue Raiders, gives them some more field to work with. They've done a nice job spreading this Reinhardt defense out on this drive. Rice dropping back. He was looking for Sherrard. Rice will now roll out. Tate Rice throwing it behind Saunders. He couldn't corral it. It falls incomplete. Tate Rice was staring down. Kaya Sherrard had to escape the pocket because of the pressure. Tried to hit Saunders, but the throw outside of his grasp. Now 3rd down and 15 for Lindsey Wilson.
Third down and goal.
So a substitution for Reinhardt. Number 3, Brighton Peters has re-entered the game at corner. This Reinhardt crowd been pretty muted in the beginning stages of the 2nd half. Getting back going here. Rice drops back. Rice throws it. Sherrard with the catch. Sherrard tried to force his way into the end zone. Gets brought down at the 1-yard line. Kaya Sherrard has 4 catches on this drive alone. This one gets Lindsey Wilson right near the end zone. They're going to mark him down at the 1. 4th down and goal. Blue Raiders trying to pull within 1 possession here in this battle between the Eagles and Lindsey Wilson. New running back in the game, it's Stephen Mack. Mack trying to get into the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, Lindsey Wilson. Stephen Mack, his 2nd score of the day. And that is why Lindsey Wilson is the 10th ranked team in the country. A tremendous response from the Blue Raiders, and they are an extra point away from trailing by 3 points. That was a drive there that you can tell coming out of halftime. There was an emphasis to try to get 7 and 8 involved more in the offense. Extra point is up and good for Lindsey Wilson. There was an emphasis to try to get 7 and 8 more involved. We saw some deep passes to them in the first half. Well, in the early stages of this one, at least on the first drive of the second half, they seem to just try to get them the ball in space and give them chances to work. Kaya Sherrard had 4 catches. Max Gainey had a pair of catches. Tay Saunders also getting involved in the passing game. He had 2 big catches on the Reinhardt side of the field, one of them converting a 4th and 3. So Lindsey Wilson's playmakers making their presence felt on that last drive, and now the Reinhardt offense will have a chance to answer. 7 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Reinhardt now nursing a 3-point lead against the 10th ranked Blue Raiders. Jaden Burns, the kicker. Back deep to receive for Reinhardt, number 16, Tyrus McKee. Lindsey Wilson's made it a point to kick away from him in this game. Will they continue to do so? It's going to take a dribble into the end zone and a touchback. So Reinhardt's going to start their drive from the 20-yard line. The Eagles in need of a response. That Lindsey Wilson offense seems to be picking up some momentum. Reinhardt, they got things going on the ground. Will that continue here in this one? It was a team effort in that regard, but the man in the backfield, number 5, Ja Colbert, led the way in the first half for the Eagles with 6 carries for 85 yards. He's going to be the first man in the backfield accompanying Taylor Jackson. Handoff will go to Colbert. Colbert trying to find some space, and he will not find any. Number 55, Troy Churchill, first to Colbert. We'll bring up 2nd down and about 9.
Pick up a yard, 2nd and 9 from the 26.
3 receivers out wide for Reinhardt. Rice, Gant, and Brantley. Xavier Walker flexed on the right side of the line. Brantley got the carry, but it seems like we're going to have an illegal procedure on Reinhardt. While Brantley was in motion, there appeared to be some movement. It's going to be a false start on number 65, Ben Hollers, the right guard of the Eagles. So 2nd and 9 becomes 2nd and 14. Now Reinhardt, they've kept it on the ground in this game, but they've done it in unique ways. Some quarterback powers, direct snaps. We've seen a few players get the ball on jet sweeps. They've been able to find unique ways to get their playmakers involved in this game. We'll see if that continues here in the second half. Just under 7 minutes remaining here at Ken White Field. Colbert and Jackson in the backfield. Now 4 receivers out wide for the Eagles. Handoff is fake. Jackson keeps it for himself, finds some running room. Taylor Jackson a first down and finishes the run across the 40-yard line. First down carry by Taylor Jackson on the read option play with Colbert. Taylor Jackson getting the first down on the ground for Reinhardt, and now the Eagle offense playing with some tempo. 5 men out wide as Colbert makes his way into a receiver spot. Handoff is fake. Jackson keeps it again, and he gets corralled.
Quarterback keeper by Taylor Jackson.
That stop there made by number 32, Jamarcus Frank.
44-yard line.
Taylor Jackson, 2 carries consecutively. He's not afraid to get involved, but this probably the most involved in the running game that he's been so far this year, running it early and often for the Eagles. Colbert on the carry. Colbert making a move. Colbert running through a man. Colbert right near the 40-yard line. Ja Colbert, a nice hard run. That will get him over the century mark for the Reinhardt offense.
Woodward still on the stop. First and 10. And Lindsey Wilson, 41.
Jamarion Walker now in the game at running back. Handoff is faked. Jackson looking deep. Taylor Jackson throwing it, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Lindsey Wilson. That is number 6, Howie Gant, on the interception. Getting up and getting that one from Taylor Jackson. That's Taylor Jackson's second interception of the day. Gant a little shaken up after the play. We're going to take a minute to look at Gant, and we'll step away as he gets tended to. Set to resume play here at Ken White Field. Taylor Jackson throwing the interception to number 6, Howie Gant. Gant coming down with it for Lindsey Wilson. Gant, a 2024 first-team All-Mid-South selection. He steps up for the Blue Raiders. They start their drive at the 5. Rice throwing it. The grab is made. That's Tabori Reed, the junior, his first catch of the day. Tate Rice in the passing game got into a nice rhythm on the first drive of the second half. If that play is any indication, it will be more of the same here on drive number 2. Handoff to Saunders. Saunders now finding space. Saunders at the 40. Saunders driven out near the 50. And here come the Blue Raiders. This Lindsey Wilson offense starting to pick up steam, pick up some momentum. Reinhardt was doing a nice job of keeping everything in front of them in that first half, but now the Lindsey Wilson playmakers beginning to make their mark. 0, 7, and 8, stepping up. A sprinkle of 18 on that last grab as well. Rice trying to draw someone off sides with the hard count, and he's going to take orders from his coach. Direct snap, but Reinhardt not fooled. Tate Rice was backing away from the line of scrimmage. The snap went direct to Tay Saunders. He got maybe a yard there before being brought down by the Reinhardt defense. That's a mark of the discipline that your defense has, not getting fooled by the direct snap there. Markel Sutton remains on the sideline for Reinhardt after exiting the game. We'll see what happens with him, and we'll have more information as we continue. New running back in the game, Stephen Mack. Mack doesn't find much space there. We'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Substitution made. Kyvon Rivers will exit. Nolan Marshall will enter for Reinhardt. Reinhardt going with more of a pass rushing type formation here defensively. The front line for them, O'Lighton, Darren McKenzie, Maloney, and Marshall. Marshall already has a sack so far in this game. 3rd and 6. Reed coming in motion. The snap to Rice. Rice was looking for Phillips, but throws it just across his face. He can't corral it. Brings up 4th down and 6, and Lindsey Wilson will punt it away. That's the second time in this game that Reinhardt defense has been able to rally and come together after a sudden change. Lindsey Wilson 0 points off of Reinhardt's 2 turnovers. Not able to take advantage. And they're set to punt it away. Tyrus McKee and Ty Jones back deep to receive. Ty Jones has a touchdown in this game. Stoppage of play. Will it be a delay of game called against the Blue Raiders? It will be. Took them a little bit too long to get set to snap that one on the punt. So now it's 4th down and 10. That backs the punt up 5 yards, and the return men will step up. The punt is away. It's a high arcer. McKee with the fair catch. He secures it at the 19-yard line. That's where Reinhardt will begin offensively.
At the 20-yard line.
The Eagles seem to be primed to answer Lindsey Wilson's touchdown drive. Taylor Jackson was throwing it deep. Howie Gant stepping up and getting the interception. Gant was shaken up after that play, so he is not on the field right now for Lindsey Wilson. So we'll see what happens the rest of the way with that. His replacement, number 20, Quadarius Leitner. Ethan Rice trying to keep it on the ground. Darius Moore first to him. Now 2nd down and 11. Rice remains on the field, now flexed out at receiver. He's in the slot. Jamarion Walker in the backfield at running back. Also out wide for the Eagles, McKee, Gant, and Brantley. Jackson drops back, throwing it deep for Xavier Brantley. Xavier Brantley nearly came down with it. He was blanketed by number 9, Caleb Bridges. Bridges winning that battle one-on-one with 23. The Reinhardt faithful, they were looking for the defensive pass interference flag. The folks from Lindsey Wilson who made the trip, they were looking over and saying, no, that's not a flag. It's not a flag. Always nice to see differing opinions from fans. They're just rooting and cheering on their side. Nonetheless, Caleb Bridges wins the battle with Xavier Brantley. Brings up 3rd down and 10 for Reinhardt. Jackson alone in the backfield. 5 receivers wide for Reinhardt. Jackson has time, and it's batted away. Play made by number 30, Jaden Walker. Pass intended for Ethan Rice. Another 3 and out for this Reinhardt offense.
Back to receivers, Max Nate. And the punt is Henson for the Eagles.
Alex Hansen getting set to punt it away. Max Gainey back deep to return. Gainey's going to have a chance to return this one. He's on the move. Max Gainey makes a move. Max Gainey running through the middle. Max Gainey eluding a man. Max Gainey to the 34-yard line. Max Gainey is a playmaker for this Lindsey Wilson team. He's made his presence felt on the ground. He's done it through the air and also in the return game. Another nice return from number 7, Max Gainey. And the Blue Raiders will start this drive off with tremendous field position. Gainey getting them all the way down to the 33-yard line. So now Gainey will get set in the slot for Lindsey Wilson. Kaya Sherrard out wide on the left side. Tabori Reed isolated on the right side. Seth Phillips coming in motion. Fake handoff to Saunders, throwing it deep. Intended for Kaya Sherrard. Kish Wright in coverage against Sherrard. Lindsey Wilson trying anything they can to get the ball to 7 and 8 as much as possible. Reinhardt did a nice job of limiting them in that first half. Lindsey Wilson getting them going in the second half. Now 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Tay Saunders in the backfield for the Blue Raiders. Handoff goes to Saunders. Phillips lead blocking. Saunders on the edge. Saunders driven out near the 25-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 25. So it will be 3rd down and 2 for Lindsey Wilson. Tabori Reed, the receiver, will exit. Cole Birch, the tight end, will enter. Heavy formation for Lindsey Wilson here. Both tight ends on the field. Birch on the line of scrimmage. Seth Phillips flexed out behind him. New running back number 26, Stephen Mack, in the game. Phillips coming in motion. Quick handoff to Mack. Ball is loose, and it's recovered by the Blue Raiders. Stephen Mack put it on the deck. Appears to be a few players shaken up after that one, or maybe an equipment malfunction. Not exactly sure what's going on, but a stoppage of play. The Eagles had Lindsey Wilson on a 3rd and short. Stephen Mack got across the line the game before putting it on the deck, but the ball was loose. And Blue Raiders able to recover the fumble. So the 2 men down, number 26, Stephen Mack, number 42, Jacorian Greer. But both players appear to be okay. Might have been an equipment malfunction. Their helmets may have been stuck together there. And a good job by the trainers as well, coming together to make sure that everybody was okay on both sides. And we're set to resume play now. Lindsey Wilson in the red zone, maybe also called the green zone, depending on where you're from. Nonetheless, they're going to start this next series at the 17-yard line.
Chick-fil-A sandwiches, cheeseburgers, and hot dogs.
3 receivers on the field. Seth Phillips flexed out on the left side of the line. Tay Saunders back in the game. Rice dropping back, throwing it to the end zone. Touchdown, Lindsey Wilson. Tabori Reed with the grab. And there is a flag on the play. Initial indication is defensive pass interference.
I know.
And you just playing the main.
We'll see what the call will be. Holding called on the defense. Penalty is declined. That's the 2nd time in this game that Lindsey Wilson has gone to the man isolated on the side. The first one was Kaya Sherrard, who went up and got a great grab in the end zone. This time, Tabori Reed working one-on-one, making the play. Lindsey Wilson an extra point away from taking a 4-point lead. The kick is up and the kick is good. Lindsey Wilson, 2 touchdowns here in the second half so far. They're now out in front, 28-24 against the Reinhardt Eagles.
We didn't come to fix Marco's brakes because it was convenient or fast. We did it because Marco has bigger fish to fry and a lot of hungry people to feed. Kraus Family Ford. Passion drives purpose.
Resuming play. McKee back deep to receive. The kick will go to Jordan Gant, who receives it in the end zone. He thought about taking a knee. Gant finding space. Jordan Gant along the left side. Jordan Gant across the 40. Jordan Gant across the 50. That initially appeared to be a mistake by Jordan Gant. He caught it over his shoulder and ran into the end zone. He realized that he couldn't take a knee, but then using his athleticism to get the Reinhardt offense across the other side of the 50, now in Lindsey Wilson territory at the 40-yard line.
Tackled by Robert Jones. First and 10.
First and 10, Jordan Gant getting Reinhardt all the way down to the 40-yard line. Jamarion Walker in the backfield for the Eagles with Taylor Jackson. Direct snap, Jackson's gonna keep it, running it up the middle for a gain of about 4. So the clock is gonna wind down, and we're gonna go to the fourth quarter here at Ken White Field. It's another barn burner between these two former Mid-South rivals. Another classic on our hands. Lindsey Wilson, 28. Reinhardt, 24.
We didn't come to fix Marco's brakes because it was convenient or fast. We did it because Marco has bigger fish to fry and a lot of hungry people to feed. Kraus Family Ford. Passion drives purpose.
Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Buffalo's Cafe for the football season.
Welcome back to Ken White Field here in Waleska, Georgia. The Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders have pulled out in front. It's now 28-24. But Reinhardt in Lindsey Wilson territory at the 37-yard line as we enter the fourth quarter. Jamarion Walker up the middle.
Run by Jamarion Walker.
It's going to bring up third down and about 3. The Eagles have dominated this game on the ground thus far.
Third and 2.
Third down and 3. $284 rushing yards and counting for Reinhardt in this game. Jackson drops back. thought about throwing it, but thinks better of it as he gets brought down for the sack. First man in the backfield, 55, Troy Churchill. Troy Churchill with the quarterback sack. But the Reinhardt offense will remain on the field. They're at the 37-yard line. Make that the 38-yard line. It will be 4th down and 10. 4 receivers out wide for the Eagles. Brantley, McKee, Rice, and Gant. Jamarion Walker is in the backfield with Taylor Jackson. Jackson dropping back to pass. Jackson's going to be brought down with a sack. Number 90, Darius Moore on the stop and a turnover on downs. Lindsey Wilson retains possession. The Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders have answered the call. The first time this season that they have been in real trouble. Trailing 24-14 entering the second half. The Blue Raiders with a nice response. They won the third quarter 14-0. It looked like Reinhardt was staring down the barrel of a scoring drive, but 2 consecutive quarterback sacks by that Lindsey Wilson front forces the drive to stall out. And the Blue Raiders will begin their next drive at the 45-yard line. Toss to Saunders. Saunders has room. Saunders looking for space and is brought down at the 40-yard line. Flag is thrown back at the 45. And judging by the demeanor of the Reinhardt coaches, they believe that the flag will be holding on the Blue Raiders. We'll see what the official call will be. It's going to be holding against Kaya Sherrard along the edge. So the flag was thrown after Tay Saunders had already crossed the line to gain. So the ball will be taken back to around the same spot now at the 39. So it will be 1st down and 11 instead of 1st down and 10. Kaya Sherrard and Max Gainey were making plays. Tabori Reed getting the touchdown grab, and that forces that Reinhardt defense to respect the passing game in a different way than they did in the first half. Lindsey Wilson's hoping that opens up rushing lanes for Tay Saunders to take advantage. Toss play to the other side. Saunders running on the left side. Tay Saunders breaking free. Tay Saunders all the way down to the 40-yard line. Tay Saunders now getting involved in the offense.
Sanders, your ball carry.
Saunders so far in this game, 15 carries for 69 yards. Just a hair under 13 minutes remaining here in Waleska. Blue Raiders trying to take a 2-possession lead. Stephen Mack is back in the game now at running back. Handoff to Mack. Mack looking for space, and he's going to be brought down. Mack was looking to find some room, could not find any. Number 29, C.J. Hollandquist on the stop, the native of Sewanee, Georgia. Hollandquist, formerly of North Gwinnett High School. So he makes the stop. A few of Reinhardt's vaunted freshman class making plays in this one. Hollandquist the latest. Rice quickly throwing it to Mack. Mack has space. Mack jumps over a man and gets to the 35-yard line. Clock will continue to run. Now under 12 minutes remaining. Will be 3rd down and 6. Eagle defense trying to get off the field. Lindsey Wilson offense trying to keep the momentum on their side.
Number 36-yard line.
Tate Rice taking orders. We'll see what O.C.J. Bright has in mind for his Blue Raiders squad. The handoff to Mack. Mack has the first down and a little bit more. First down, Stephen Mack. Lindsey Wilson's offense has completely flipped the script here in the second half. 2 scoring drives and now a drive that's nearing the red zone. They're at the 24-yard line. And much has been made of what they're able to do through the air, but it has been their work on the ground that has made all the difference here on this drive. The running back duo of Tay Saunders and Stephen Mack stepping up in a major way. Rice looking wide open, Seth Phillips, and he drops it. Seth Phillips was wide open. He came in motion, ran a wheel route. It looked like he was going to waltz into the end zone, but the ball falls off his fingertips, and an injured Reinhardt Eagle now down on the turf. So as we see what happens with him, we'll step away.
We didn't come to fix Marco's brakes because it was convenient or fast. We did it because Marco has bigger fish to fry and a lot of hungry people to feed. Kraus Family Ford. Passion drives purpose.
Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
Set to resume play here at Ken White Field. Lindsey Wilson ahead of the Reinhardt Eagles, 28-24. If you're just joining us, Seth Phillips very nearly could have pulled Lindsey Wilson ahead by 2 possessions, was unable to come away with it. Max Gainey in motion, catches the jet sweep. Gainey on the left side. Max Gainey falls forward for about 2. It will be 3rd down and 8. Lindsey Wilson, Blue Raider offense getting it done on the ground in this drive. Tay Saunders and Stephen Mack. It will now be a 3rd and long. They'll likely have to put themselves in a position where they got to go through the air. Tate Rice has been successful on 3rd down. Can he do it again? Tate Rice throwing it back. He was throwing that one to an offensive lineman. Emmanuel O'Lighton has it. What's going to be the call on the field? Was it a backward lateral? They're going to call it a fumble. Emmanuel O'Lighton recovered it, and the Reinhardt offense now has the ball. Lindsey Wilson trying some trickery there. Tate Rice was looking for number 59, Larry Montgomery. Montgomery let the ball roll. Emmanuel O'Lighton having the presence of mind to recover it before it rolled out of bounds, and the Eagle offense will get the ball at the 35-yard line. So how about that, Emmanuel O'Lighton? It's always the highlight plays, the sacks, the stops, but that was a cerebral play by Emmanuel O'Lighton. Very heads-up play by him to recover that fumble and give the ball back to the Reinhardt offense. McKee coming in motion. Colbert in the backfield. Handoff to Colbert. Colbert up the middle.
Run by John Colbert.
Colbert will get 3 yards there. Third and about 6. Pardon me, 2nd and 6 for the Reinhardt Eagles. 3 receivers out wide. Handoff again to John Colbert. That Reinhardt offensive line trying to push John Colbert across. Will now be 3rd down and 1. The big guys up front for the Reinhardt Eagles trying to get Colbert across. And how about the freshman, number 64, Anthony Green, in at center? He entered for the injured Aaron Inman, and he stayed in the entire way. Colbert brought down right near the line to gain. He will have enough for the 1st down.
Marion Walker on the carry. That's good for a Needle Pizza 1st down.
Aaron Inman was injured.
35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Aaron Inman was injured, and Anthony Green was able to come into the game, and he's done a nice job stepping up for Reinhardt.
Caleb Bridges on the stop. Pickle up 2, 2nd and 8.
Will be 2nd down and 8. Jamarion Walker now in the backfield. Handoff is faked. Quick throw to Cedric Cullors and off of his fingertips.
Incomplete pass. Cedric Cullors. Taylor Jackson.
Taylor Jackson was looking quickly for Cullors. He was not able to make the play. Will now be 3rd down and 8. Taylor Jackson all alone. Jackson dropping back to throw. Jackson snowed under by the Lindsey Wilson defense yet again. First man in the backfield, number 90, Darius Moore. And Taylor Jackson is down on the turf. Trainers are going to check out Taylor Jackson. We're going to step away.
Alex Hansen in the punt.
Set to resume play. The Reinhardt Eagles in deep trouble here at Ken White Field, at risk of losing at home for the first time since 2022. Lindsey Wilson out in front, 28-24. Hansen punting it away. Max Gainey calling the fair catch. He retrieves it at the 29-yard line. That is where Lindsey Wilson will begin their next drive. The Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders are unbeaten coming into this game, and they have faced a schedule that you can match up with anyone in the entire country. Started the season off with a bang against Texas Wesleyan. It was a home night game for them, a blackout. They came away with a big-time win. They went down to Ave Maria in South Florida and dominated that matchup. Last week, dominated the 5th-ranked team in the country in St. Thomas. And now they're going on the road against the defending AAC conference champs. Tay Saunders trying to find space on the left side, but he gets brought down by a flock of Reinhardt Eagles. It's going to be 2nd down and 14. Saunders couldn't find any space. Now, Reinhardt's schedule, very tough as well. They had a home game to start the season off against a Florida Memorial squad that went 6-3 a year ago. Followed that up with consecutive road trips to Cumberland, who went 7-3 last year. They are in the receiving votes portion of the top 25. And a Southeastern team that's now ranked 13th in the country. Quick pass to Saunders. Saunders has room. Saunders running right up near the 40-yard line. They're going to say he's brought down at the 37. It's going to be 3rd down and short for Lindsey Wilson. We'll call it 3rd and 3.
There you go. Stop. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Number 38-yard line.
So Lindsey Wilson's going to take a receiver off the field and put in the backup tight end, 89, Cole Birch. Both tight ends on the field for Lindsey Wilson with Phillips on the left side. The snap to Rice, the toss to Saunders. Saunders on the left side. Phillips lead blocking. Tay Saunders is gone for Lindsey Wilson. They're not going to catch him. Nobody around him. Touchdown, Blue Raiders. Saunders broke through that initial surge and found nothing but green grass ahead of him. Touchdown, Lindsey Wilson, and that may be the final nail in the coffin here at Ken White Field. And the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raider faithful dancing in the stands. Lindsey Wilson on their way to a 4th consecutive big-time victory here in non-conference play. The Blue Raiders were trailing 24-14 entering the second half. They have dominated this second frame. 21 unanswered points for the Blue Raiders. They are now comfortably in front, 35-24. Set to resume play here at Ken White Field. The Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders out in front, 35-24. After 2 quarters, it appeared that the 10th-ranked team in the country was on upset alert. Now Lindsey Wilson is in control. The kick. McKee recovering. McKee trying to find room, running on the left side. Ty McKee will be out around the 30-yard line. McKee doesn't get many chances now on returns, but anytime he's able to get the ball in his hands, he's usually able to make something happen. That time getting out around the 30. They're going to officially mark him at the 29. So that's where Reinhardt will begin their next drive. Eagles trailing by 2 possessions, in desperate need of an offensive spark. They dominated on the ground in the first half. Now in the second, it's going to have to be something through the air. But who will be the man that they go to? Jackson throwing it deep, looking for Brantley. Xavier Brantley, what a catch! The Jackson to Brantley connection coming through once more for the Reinhardt Eagles. Xavier Brantley wins the battle one-on-one. Now at the 34-yard line, Jackson dropping back, quick pass to Colbert. Colbert trying to shake off the defenders. The friends and family plan in effect for Lindsey Wilson. Multiple Blue Raiders stopping Colbert and driving him out of bounds, and that was a big momentum shifter for this Reinhardt offense, getting them on the Blue Raiders side of the 50. Going to be 2nd and 10. Jackson dropping back. Jackson throwing a strike to Colors. Cedric Colors is tackled at the 16-yard line. Reinhardt now in the red zone. Four minutes and 30 seconds remaining here at Ken White Field. Reinhardt trying to pull within 1 possession.
At the 16-yard line.
4 receivers out for the Eagles, 3 on the left side. Jackson drops back, tried to find Colors again. Pass is incomplete, but a flag will be called on the play. Likely pass interference. Cedric Colors is a big-bodied receiver. Taylor Jackson looking to him down the stretch. So initial indication is that the flag is going to be on Lindsey Wilson. Pass interference will be called on number 9, Caleb Bridges. Bridges is a very physical corner. He's been right at the center of a few of these bang-bang OPI, DPI plays throughout this game. This time on the wrong side of it. He gets whistled for pass interference. Reinhardt's offense now at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Eagles. Harlem Diamond now in the backfield. Jackson drops back, throwing it up in the end zone, intended for Cedric Colors.
The kind of receiver was Cedric Colors.
Going right at Bridges again. This time Bridges stepping up and making the stop. 2nd and goal for the Reinhardt Eagles.
Bridges on his side. Break up.
Eagles trailing by 2 possessions, trying to draw a little bit closer. Jackson keeps it for himself. Try to find some running room.
Quarterback keeper. Taylor Jackson.
So Jackson got about 2 there. It's going to be 3rd and goal from around the 3-yard line. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Reinhardt running out of time. Trailing by 11 points. You know that it's going to have to be likely a field goal and a touchdown with an extra point. But you get all the way down to the goal line at this point. Eagles are thinking nothing but 6 here. Jackson dropping back, throwing it to Demps. Tremaine Demps isolated on the right side, but Caleb Bridges knocking it away. And Coach Miller is going to opt for the field goal attempt here. He's going to take his 3 now in hopes that he can find 8 points later. It's 4th down and it's about 4. That's a long 4 yards at this point in the game, especially against a defense as talented as Lindsey Wilson's. Alex Hansen has been automatic for Reinhardt thus far this season. The kick from Hansen is up, and the kick is good. Alex Hansen remains perfect. 3 points on the board for the Eagles. It's now 35-27. Blue Raiders still out in front, but the lead has been trimmed to just one possession.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SE.
Set to resume play here at Ken White Field. The Reinhardt Eagles trailing the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders 35-27. Lindsey Wilson, they have a lot of players close to that mark of the 45-yard line, just in case Reinhardt decides to go with a surprise onside kick. We'll see what happens here. Alex Hansen decides to kick it deep. Man back deep for the Blue Raiders, Adrian Bailey, and he's just going to go down at the 21-yard line. 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here in Waleska. Reinhardt has all 3 timeouts at their disposal, as well as the 2-minute timeout. Lindsey Wilson, they're probably thinking they are a few first downs away from notching another critical non-conference victory. Meanwhile, Reinhardt still trying to keep their hopes alive of notching their first signature win of the season. The last time these two teams did battle, it came right down to the wire. Literally 1 yard separating those two squads. Lindsey Wilson coming away with a 23-22 win. Tay Saunders trying to find space and gets brought down after a gain of about 3. Saunders getting up very slowly for Lindsey Wilson. They want to try to get him up and keep that clock running. They were able to do so. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. This clock continues to tick, 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 tick. 2nd down and 7. Again, Reinhardt, all 3 timeouts at their disposal, as well as the 2-minute timeout. Rice, the handoff to Saunders. Saunders using Phillips as a lead blocker. Saunders driven out of bounds, but not before reaching the line to gain unofficially. Let's see what happens officially here. What is the call? The call will be first down for Tay Saunders and the Lindsey Wilson offense. Saunders was able to get to the edge. He used Seth Phillips as a lead blocker. And that Lindsey Wilson offense, they're making their way to the sideline. 2-minute timeout is upon us. Lindsey Wilson likely 1 first down away from clinching another big-time non-conference victory. Lindsey Wilson already a victory over a top 10 ranked Texas Wesleyan. Another victory over Sun Conference contender and then 5th ranked St. Thomas. Now coming into the house of the defending Co-Appalachian Athletic Conference champions, the Reinhardt Eagles. And they are on the verge of coming away with yet another big-time non-conference victory. Huge resume-boosting wins for this Lindsey Wilson team, as we know that 20 teams make the NAIA Championship Series, but there is a limit on at-large squads. It is 12 teams that are conference champs that make it, I believe, and then 8 at-large teams. And Lindsey Wilson, they play in a conference along with Georgetown, who's currently a top 10 squad, Campbellsville, who's a top 20 team, Bethel is in the Mid-South as well, Cumberland, a team that Reinhardt saw earlier this year. a few really quality teams in that Mid-South, so you want to give yourself a chance to make the playoffs even if something happens to you in conference play. And even if Lindsey Wilson does not come away with the Mid-South championship, with the resume that they are putting together, they are giving themselves as great a chance as anyone to be selected as an at-large team for the NAIA Championship Series. Meanwhile, Reinhardt trying to notch their first signature win of the year. They had 3 chances so far. Scratch that, 2 chances so far to come away with signature resume-boosting wins. They went 0-2 in both of those chances, coming up short on the road against Cumberland and on the road against Southeastern. This Reinhardt's last chance at a resume-boosting win in non-conference play. And what a boost it would be to defeat a Lindsey Wilson team that's playing just as well as any squad in the entire country. Now 5 defensive linemen on the field for the Eagles: Olayton, Sanford, Rivers, McKenzie, and Deloney. Handoff will go to Saunders. Saunders looking for space. He does not find any, but he's still on his feet. Saunders still moving forward. It took a long time to get Tay Saunders on the ground. He kept those feet moving. That Lindsey Wilson front line pushing him from behind. He gets a hard-earned 6 yards. We'll bring up 2nd and 4. Coach Miller using the first of his 3 timeouts here. He's now down to 2 timeouts, 1 minute and 51 seconds remaining.
Timeout. Reinhardt. That's the first timeout.
Rock Peters on the stop.
First down is done with.
The Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders again trying to collect another big-time signature non-conference victory. The Reinhardt Eagles trying to get their first real signature victory of the season. Offensively for Lindsey Wilson, Tate Rice has had another phenomenal game. 18 of 28, 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tay Saunders has been incredible on the ground. He started off a bit slow, now up to 21 carries for 156 yards and a long score. Stephen Mack added 2 scores on the ground as well. Now both Mack and Saunders are in the backfield with Tate Rice. Handoff will go to Saunders. Mack lead blocking. Saunders on the left side. Saunders will get brought down by number 10, Julian Stevenson. We'll bring up 3rd down and short, but not before another timeout from Coach Miller and the Reinhardt Eagles. So when we return to play, it will be 3rd down and 4. Reinhardt trying to stop this Lindsey Wilson offense and give themselves one more chance offensively. Lindsey Wilson likely 1 first down away from putting the finishing touches on a tremendous comeback victory. Reinhardt has not lost a game at home since the 2022 season. That game was against another Mid-South rival in Bethel. The offensive coordinator for Lindsey Wilson, Jay Bright, was also the offensive coordinator for that Bethel University squad. Reinhardt's defense, they're already out on the field. They're ready and they're waiting. Heavy package in for Reinhardt. 5 defensive linemen on the field. Julian Stevenson also near the line of scrimmage. So 6 men on the line for the Eagles. Heavy set as well for Lindsey Wilson. 2 tight ends attached to the line of scrimmage. Both running backs in the game, and we're going to have a timeout here. Timeout Lindsey Wilson. They want to talk about it. Everybody waiting with bated breath here. The Reinhardt faithful sitting on pins and needles, wondering what will happen with their squad. Meanwhile, the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raider faithful, the fans who made the long trip from Columbia, Kentucky to Waleska, Georgia, are here waiting to see if they'll have a chance to celebrate yet another big-time victory from their squad. And we'll have to wait on this big play here. 3rd down and 4 and another timeout. Coach Kleckler and his team in the huddle. Kaya Sherrard, another phenomenal game for Lindsey Wilson. 7 receptions, 98 yards, and a score. Tay Saunders, the second leading receiver, their leading rusher and second leading receiver. Over 200 all-purpose yards today for Tay Saunders through the air. 4 receptions for 53 yards. Tabori Reed has 2 grabs for 37 yards and a score. It's 3rd down and Saunders in the backfield. It all comes down to this. Lindsey Wilson. Rice drops back to throw. Rice looking for Sherrard. The stop made by Carter Hicks and a flag thrown on the play. Tate Rice was looking for Kaya Sherrard. Carter Hicks was back in coverage. He batted the ball away, but it does not appear that he turned his head around. Ref deciding to throw the flag. Another bang-bang play. We'll see what the official verdict will be. Carter Hicks and that defensive backfield kind of beside themselves a little bit at the call. They absolutely don't agree with it. Flag is picked up and it's waved off. So a nice stop by number 18, Carter Hicks, in coverage with Kaya Sherrard. The refs had a conversation about it, and they decide to give this battle to number 18, Carter Hicks. So he helps this Reinhardt defense get off the field. It's now 4th down and 4. They're going to punt it away. Number 49, Tucker Swindler in the punt it. The 2 men back deep for the Reinhardt offense. Number 5, John Colbert. Number 16, Tyrese McKee. The punt is away. And it will go over the head of Colbert. It takes a Reinhardt bounce. The Eagles will begin the drive from the 18-yard line. Reinhardt in need of a touchdown here. 82 yards away from having a chance to tie things up with the Blue Raiders. They will have 1 minute and 29 seconds to work with.
If anything, I think they got 2, but
The Reinhardt offense got things going through the air in that last drive, and it was the Jackson to Brantley connection that started it off. Deep pass from Taylor Jackson to Xavier Brantley set things in motion for Reinhardt offensively. They were able to use that momentum to secure a field goal. Now Reinhardt in need of a touchdown. Who do they go to here? Jackson drops back to pass. He's looking, very nearly sacked. He will be brought down. So that Lindsey Wilson front starting to heat up. Number 42, Tate Everly was back there first, coming away with the stop. Also joined by Lou Birchfield. Birchfield entered this game with 3 sacks. Lindsey Wilson's team leader. The throw to Ethan Rice, who gets pushed out at the 25-yard line.
Ethan Rice on the reception.
We'll bring up 3rd and about 6.
time to do that. So then, like, Lindsey Wilson went through that times.
Taylor Jackson joined by Ja Colbert in the backfield.
3rd and 6.
Jackson on the drop back. Jackson looking for room, and Jackson is going to be brought down. Sack number 90, Darius Moore, yet again on the stop. Darius Moore, the returning first-team All-Mid-South selection. Another stop for number 90. Darius Moore now up to 2.5 sacks on the day. And Coach Miller's going to call his last timeout. 51 seconds remaining. It's going to be 4th down and about 15 for Reinhardt. They need 15 yards to keep this game alive. Lindsey Wilson one stop away from clinching another big-time non-conference victory. Every time these two teams do battle, it happens to be an instant classic. This one has certainly lived up to the hype. Reinhardt ahead 24-14 after 2 quarters. Lindsey Wilson storming all the way back with 21 unanswered points. A late field goal from Reinhardt pulled them within 1 possession. And we'll see what happens here. 4th and 15. Jackson dropping back. Jackson throwing, looking for Rice. Rice makes the grab at the 25, but he's short of the line to gain, and that will end it. The Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders are going to pick up their 4th consecutive victory of the season, this time on the road against the Reinhardt Eagles.
First down. Lindsey Wilson's ball. 1st and 10.
The Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders notch yet another signature non-conference victory.
Make that 26 of it.
What a game between these two squads. Two former Mid-South rivals. And this time the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders come out on top in this battle. The all-time series between these two squads now all square at 3 wins apiece.
Down by the quarterback.
The Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders get the better of the Reinhardt Eagles, 35-27. Lindsey Wilson will move to 4-0 on the year. Reinhardt will fall to 1-3. And there's no question about who the player of the game was for Lindsey Wilson on the offensive side of the football. Tay Saunders, over 200 yards of total offense, scoring that long touchdown run that put the game out of reach for the Blue Raiders. It was a great fight from the Reinhardt Eagles, and not much to hang their heads about. They really gave Lindsey Wilson everything that they can handle, specifically on the ground. Reinhardt finishing with 279 rushing yards. In this matchup of old rivals, it is the Blue Raiders who come out on top. From our entire crew, my name is Lorenzo Robinson. Thank you for joining us for another presentation of NAIA football live on SCSN.